They loved Eretz Yisrael. They yearned, they longed for Eretz Yisrael. Rashi tells us that the Bnos Tzlafchad, the daughters of Tzlafchad, his father had died in the desert, only leaving daughters. They wanted to inherit the land that should go to them. Why? Rashi says because they loved Eretz Yisrael. They were mechabev es haaretz. The wife of the Sfas Emes once asked her son, later known as the Imre Emes, how did Rashi know that? How is Rashi so confident that the reason that they wanted the land was because they loved Eretz Yisrael? They just wanted a good real estate. Maybe they had nowhere else to live. Who wouldn't want to have a piece of Eretz Yisrael for their own selfish reasons? How do we know it comes from this beautiful love and longing for Eretz Yisrael? The Imre Emes answered his mother's questions with a very insightful comment. The Jewish people, from the time they left Egypt for such a long period of time, they knew what the goal was. The goal was to get to Eretz Yisrael. But unfortunately, it took a little longer than expected. And that short journey turned into a 40-year journey. There are different opinions in Chazal as to what Tzlafchad did and why he died. But either way, as the Bnos Tzlafchad said, it's ki bechet omes. He died because of his own sin. And the common denominator between all of the sins that Chazal offer is that they all took place in the first year of the sojourn of the Jewish people in the Midbar. And therefore, when did the daughters of Tzlafchad approach Moshe about their portion? It was at the very end of their stay in the Midbar, almost 39 years later. That's how Rashi knew that they loved the land. Explains the Imre Emes, if their only concern was their wallet, if their only concern was that they should have an investment in the Holy Land for eternity and have their own portion, then they should have been concerned right away as soon as their father died. Oh, what's going to happen to us? We want to make sure that we're in on it. This is a great investment for the future. If it was about themselves, they should have been consumed with it initially. It's hard to sit back when you have something that you want for yourself and wait 39 years. But that's what the Bnos Tzlafchad did. They did it because they loved the land. What do we see from this? Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Had they made the exact same claim 39 years earlier, before when it should have been on their radar screens, it would have reflected personal greed. But 39 years later, it's a different story, it's a different time. And therefore their request has a very different flavor. So much of life is timing. The things that we say and when we say them, the timing is everything. Chazal tell us in Pirkei Avos, Al tiratza es chavercha b'shas kaso. Do not try to appease your friend when he's angry. Al tinachamenu b'shas shemesu mutal lefanav. And when the person's relative who's passed away is in front, that's not the time to console yet. It's not the right time yet. Your feelings, your sentiments, your concern may very well be legitimate, but the timing just isn't there. It's critical when somebody needs chizuk, when somebody needs strengthening, and yes, even when somebody needs criticism at work, at home, in shul, timing is everything. And just like it's a mitzvah to say the words that will be heard, so too it's a mitzvah to be silent and to refrain from saying the words that will not be heard. Why? Because of what the Bnos Tzlafchad taught. If you rush to say it at the wrong time, then usually that reflects that it's about you. It would have been shown that it's about their wallet. It's selfish, it's self-serving. When it's selfless, then you look and you can wait for the time that it will be most effective. During the 3 weeks when we spend time looking a little more carefully at our words, this is another angle, an important angle to consider, besides the words we say. And those two need to be measured, and we have to be careful. The tone, the context. And yes, we now know even the timing are essential and can dictate how effective it will be. And the same words will anger someone at the wrong time and give them strength at a different time. We have to think. We have to consider what is their reaction going to be. Is the timing right? Hashem should help and give us the wisdom to pick not only the right words, but the right time, to be able to talk, to be able to help one another and bring us closer, and ultimately that this time of year will be transformed. May Evel Yom Tov, B'mhirav Yameinu. Amen.